Welcome back to another Trash Bowl match. On the American server, we have Burnt Meme versus Portis Advantage. And this is probably going to be a pretty good one on the American server, like I mentioned. And we're fighting for a quarterfinal qualification here. Burnt Meme with his Hunter band, Portis Advantage with his Shaman band. And the guys are getting ready to start their play any second now. And this is... Yes, you can start. You can start playing, JJ. Would you do the honors?
What?
Tell them to go. They can start playing. Just go. We're ready. They're playing. Fun fact: they're playing right smack bang in the middle of NFL Sunday. So they better show us something nice today.
The Saints are playing right now.
Yeah, we stopped the Saints and Buccaneers game for this, so they better have it. So let's see what they can do here. Yeah. All right, we have a Paladin versus Warlock here. See, Zephyr is on the starting hand already, and it was a quick mulligan. Out of here, I'm keeping this guy.
Yeah, and obviously that Sandbinder is specifically there to get Zephyr, so you really don't want him at this point anymore.
Also, Zephyr's on the starting hand for Burnt Meme all the way in the back. We know what's up.
It's starting off strong here.
How to recognize a meta-defining card in Hearthstone 101. Games like this, and we'll see who gets the better value out of their Zephyrs.
And now here's always the question: Zephyrs or not?
I don't think so.
It makes a lot of sense if you don't have a turn 3 play, but you do, so...
Why not just Mortal Coil? Or tap?
Mortal Coil is actually also pretty good, yeah. So this, by the way, is not the regular Highlander Warlock, which usually is a more zoo-like deck. This is a more controlling Highlander Warlock.
Definitely one of the most interesting decks in the tournament.
I was about to say, I was very surprised
really liked it
when I saw the list, because I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this.
No, this is new territory here for Portis Advantage.
Which doesn't necessarily mean it's bad.
No.
It's just different.
It might be very good for a tournament.
That's the other thing.
There's a Doomsayer, though. That's a tempting play.
That's the other thing. Even if this deck ends up being horrible on ladder, it might still be really good in the tournament. Or vice versa. We've seen some of those.
We've seen some of those, like the Combo Priest, which is one of the better ladder decks, and a lot of people, including me, got suckered into bringing that to the tournament, and got punished for that big time because it's not consistent. So that's the lessons you'll learn. I doubt that people are going to be banning Combo Priest in the starting with the quarterfinals any longer.
Yeah.
I doubt it's going to happen at all because they've seen how bad it has been performing, how inconsistent it is.
I actually. Trying to remember, yeah, there is definitely some priests in the quarterfinals.
Tippy of the Scales in the house. He forwent the Toxfin there to kill that Doomsayer, sacrificing his 2 boys currently on the board for setting up that next play.
And I mean, it's fair enough. You know that next turn now you can tip the scale.
Yeah.
That's huge.
That is huge.
Yeah, that Godfrey...
a bit far away. But you keep that. You have the Zephyrs. You have the Zephyrs to maybe fish for something next turn.
Yes, next one you have 5 mana, so you'd probably end up getting like a Frost Nova or something.
Yeah, Frost Nova is not that strong.
The thing is, had he had 1 more mana, he would get Shadow Flame, which is huge.
You get Shadow Flame.
Hellfire too, but Shadow Flame generally tends to end up being better.
Yeah. You might get Shriek. Some damage would be obviously better. It kind of depends on what type of Murlocs are being pulled out here.
You can't get Shriek because you only can get classic cards.
Right.
That's the whole thing.
That is a limitation. So what do you do? Do you go Zil? Yeah, he's gonna go with Zephyrs here.
I mean, it looks like you have to.
It does.
The question is, what do you expect to get here?
Well, let Zephyrs do the magic and just pick your best card. The Healing Touch is not it. Fan of
Knives exist.
Go
Frost Nova is what I would have expected to happen there.
Same.
Now, that is a little awkward, but at least it gives you another turn. I think you would have wanted to take a trade there, maybe?
But that turn is still not Godfrey.
No, but...
Well, whatever trade you take there, you can take next turn, and then he can't play a minion this turn.
Fair enough.
So now I guess you just play taunts, huh? Like you put taunts and stuff, yeah?
That's what I was thinking.
Avoid as much damage you have Godfrey next turn. I think that's the idea. You
Defender, kill off the War Leader.
You also want to play with the Ritualist somehow here. So Defender, kill the War Leader and then hit something else in Ritualist to get as much health down on those taunts as possible.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. You probably, if you play Defender, you're gonna hit the War Leader with the 2/3, which then is gonna be a 3/4. And then the Ritualist isn't going to heal 2 things because the 2 things have the Defender between them.
But it's one thing. It's at least one thing.
Yeah.
And he can't really hit the Warrior first because anything dies. So it's a bit of a pickle there. You would love to heal first and then Defender, but you can't do it. So
yeah, but then also you would play the Defender on the left side Ritualist, which I guess is not that much worse than either of the other ones, but...
But yeah, it's gonna take those trades there.
Yeah, which one do you heal? It doesn't really matter. I guess, technically, that is one more point of healing total.
Their health.
And yeah, we see a Grimskill Oracle on the hand.
And we see Godfrey ready to go, right? And ready to strike next turn.
Yeah, I mean, of course. There's Toxins,
you gotta wonder there, had Zephyrus given him Savage Roar? Did he calculate that? Was that a win or was it not a win?
Zephyrus isn't triggered yet.
Oh, it's not triggered yet.
It's on a Highlander deck. Right. You have to pull all sorts of stuff out of your deck.
That makes him being in the starting hand a bit awkward.
Yeah, see, it is green still.
It is green. That makes him being in the starting hand a bit weird.
By the way, it shows even more how much of a meta card this is by the fact that despite not having the correct archetype, you still play it.
This is going to be Godfrey really all the way there.
I mean, of course.
Clear it all up. I like that card. I used to play me a lot of Lord Godfrey in the Cube days. That was so long ago. Crazy.
Triple Toxin.
Triple Toxin.
And then they claim the Hearthstone community isn't toxic. Am I right?
Can I have that Godfrey back for one more battle cry? What do you do with Triple Toxin?
I mean, I guess you hit into the one toxin that's not toxic right now. Maybe... I think Shadow Ball seems almost a little wasteful. You just might... Matter of Harm is also awkward because he dies to, well, to poisonous.
Because you play small stuff, huh? Play the 2 Murloc boys.
Tidehunter.
Maybe the Librarian and the Shadow Ball. Or Snip Snaps.
Of course, in this case, you don't stack the Snip Snaps.
More targets. Gonna take out the big threat.
I mean, I see it for health reasons, but also you're giving your opponent draw.
Yeah, but you're really staring down a lot of the damage already.
There is a better trade you could have taken, which leaves this thing alive.
It plays the 8 mana Tasty Fin.
Well, okay then.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice. Bone Wraith could be an important draw. Might be. You definitely want to keep all these poisonous boys off of the board now. So you want to hit those 2.
Again, there's always the thought of you have Rafam on the hand. Maybe after the poison stuff is gone, you just want that big taunt and then roll some of the less useful stuff you have right now because you're just not in the situation there, and just go with that.
Goes Twilight Drake there and Bone Wraith.
It makes sense.
Big stuff.
Again, especially if you are thinking of the Rafam, you're getting rid of the cards that you wouldn't want to get. Well, you're playing the cards you wouldn't want to get rid of, so
exactly
that when Rafam actually comes around, you're only transforming cards that you don't really need.
Full board?
And especially because Rafam
Tip the Scales picked up there, though for Burn Me.
Can potentially give you some healing as well.
Yeah.
Which you kind of almost desperately need.
I think Burn Meme is gonna take a sweet time to wait for that Zephyrus to come up. He might just play Tip the Scales here, empty his deck up, and and try to get Zephyrus next turn just for damage. Just for direct damage.
See how much 4 cards, so you don't even need to worry about the Toxin if you tip, but then again,
I was even gonna play the 2 Tide Callers here. Okay, so no tipping this time.
Well, then you can't afford tipping anymore after this.
He's just gonna put a board full of Murlocs.
And that's probably better because
it's still insanely strong.
8 mana for 4 Murlocs, assuming that all the remaining cards are Murlocs, which I honestly can't track.
But it guaranteed Zephyrus, almost guarantees Zephyrus activation next turn.
Yep.
And this is a lot of calculation work now for Porter's advantage because you have a lot of stuff to deal with and to clean up.
Well, the Twilight Drake deals with one of the Tide Callers, Shadow Bolt with the other. I feel like tapping is not what you want to be doing when you're at 9 health as a control-oriented deck.
Look for? Alright, gonna pull the Shadow Bolt, that makes sense.
And most of the other trades work relatively smoothly. Of course, there is still some stuff that you can't really get too well around, but the 2-1.
But you see, you know that Zephyrus is there. You know the Zephyrus is there. You know he has what, 3 cards in stack after he draws. There's a decent chance that Zephyrus is going to be active.
Well, Zephyrus could be one of those 3 cards, but of course you can't really bank on that.
Yeah.
Which is, by the way, another reason why you wouldn't want to tap.
You've also seen the leftmost card stay in his hand the entire game. So I think you have a decent read that might be a Zephyrus.
Yeah, and that should be a win for Burnt Meme. No.
No, Zephyrus is active. Zephyrus not yet quite active.
Because with Zephyrus it should have easily been, but
Follow the war leader, nothing else. Zephyrus, there's still a double copy somewhere.
Again, I don't know the deck list well enough by heart to tell you exactly what's still left, but Jesus Christ.
What have we not seen?
Well, we'll see next turn, and there's 2 of them. We know that much.
That's crazy.
That sucks, right? If you have
That's
2 cards in your deck and
that
it's like, oh, Zephyrus doesn't.
Yeah. That's very unfortunate.
Zephyrus doesn't do Zephyrus things right now. I was gonna say, I think you have to almost go for the for the farm here.
Is there a double True Silver Champion still in the deck? Is that the card?
I don't know, you can look at the deck list if you want to and
Might
see
be.
which card we haven't seen from the deck list.
That's one we haven't seen yet, and that is one of the sensible cards. Double Reform there, not gonna help you. You'll play one right now, I imagine.
I mean, what do you mean not gonna help you?
Well, you're gonna die in 2 turns. I'll play Zephyrus next turn, I play Pyroblast the turn after.
What do you mean Pyroblast? Just Fireball and hit anything into face.
Well, if it puts a taunt in the way, I might not get to the face this turn.
Also, I don't agree with the Rager play there necessarily.
I take Pyroblast here, dude. If I play Zephyrus, yeah, it's True Silver. I take Pyroblast. Do I check if I die next turn? I do that next turn, I take Zephyrus. Is there anything that can help me with this turn? I don't think so. Just take Pyro. Just Pyro. What are you gonna do? Stop me? Like, stop me. Next turn, you can't do it. Unless you pull out some crazy heal legend right now, but what would that even be? I don't know. Celiax! Doesn't even help you.
No.
What in
the answer would have been Nazari.
Yeah, Nazari. That's true.
Goes for least to level up the Zoliax, doesn't really help much.
Not gonna help. Wow. And you don't win either, right? You don't have enough damage yourself. I think you have to tap. Because you know Ziliax doesn't help you enough. So you have to tap to find lethal instead of doing this. I think you have to tap there to find like a Leroy. Because now you're just resigning the game without anything.
Leroy, Grommash?
Any charge, any direct damage, yeah.
There's definitely a few that could have won you the game there, yeah.
We will never know what was in this deck, obviously, but you have to tap there. Because 10 can't be enough. You know that there is... I mean, you know basically for a fact there's Pyroblast.
I mean, arguably a misplay, but again, it's such a small chance of winning there that it's probably not going to matter.
Very tough. So, Burn Meme taking the 1-0 lead there. And what a win that was with the Paladin, grinding it out down to the last card. Yeah, but you have to find 2 damage somewhere. There is some legends that can deal 2 damage. Wow. Crazy. Any mech would have also saved him. Because of Ziliax.
Any mech that costs 3 or less mana.
Yeah.
Legendary mech that costs 3 or less mana? I don't think so.
Snip Snap.
Oh yeah, Snip Snap.
Snippety Snappy.
That would have been the one card that would have saved him healing wise.
Seeing the Octosari there already.
Or Kangor.
Kangor.
Kangor with Ziliax would have
Ziliax.
also healed him up to 13.
There was ways. There was
Where there's a will,
there's a way.
there's a way. Right.
Octosari on the hand there. As Portis Event is pulling up his mage there. You're seeing some legends you'll never see. This is probably the weirdest lineup. I want to say this is the weirdest lineup that anyone's brought to the tournament here.
Yeah.
Because we've seen already the very unconventional warlock, and now we see the mage.
Greetings.
Now,
And classic combo priest on Burn Meme's side there.
now remind me, is poor disadvantaged the person who brought the all Highlander matchup? Because
He might be. I think he might. Yeah, I think he is. Yeah. He relaxes Zephyrus. He really does.
I mean, Zephyrus is a cool card. Don't get me wrong.
It is. I just crafted mine.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
I crafted mine relatively early on.
Yeah, I just made my first deck that runs him.
What deck would that be?
Quest Druid. And I made it approximately 7 minutes after losing with my combo priest terribly. So
Spoilers.
well, that was a previous game. So you
Yeah.
must have seen that. In my match with Universe, which is out there, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. I'm not going to tell you the end result, but my combo priest got smacked. And I was not happy with that, and it's not a tournament viable game. And not a tournament viable deck, so I'm trying Quest Druid out. And it's doing decent so far.
Archmage Aragul.
What a card. Something you never thought you would see.
Oh boy.
I'm convinced actually that Port's Advantage is just a guy who he's just like genuinely happy about every legend he gets in a pack, and just because of his goodwill just makes decks around him no matter what.
I mean, we do see Dolmas Dorian on hand, so you know.
Dorian on hand, yeah. No, obviously there's some kind of idea behind this, right? He's not bringing conventional decks, but you gotta appreciate that. I mean, he's definitely freshening
I mean,
up, but
everyone is bringing conventional decks, so he might as well be the odd one out there.
see him
yeah.
hovering over the Spellbreaker there, like you know what's coming. Are you gonna put Divine Spirit on it?
No, you probably put the Psychic on there, if anything.
Okay, gonna go for clearing the board as much as possible.
Yeah. You needed to hit there
But,
first
yeah.
to kill that Murloc.
Unfortunate. And
Yeah.
that Spellbreaker's still coming down though
Spells are meant to be broken.
pretty easily.
Or something like that.
Fact. Yeah, that seems like it. That seems like a play. You don't want that guy going anywhere.
Yeah, and then you hit something into the Pyro, because you also don't want that to stick around.
Nope, we're not dealing with that.
And I guess you know what the place is.
You know where it's at. I think at the Macro, unless you have Max Energy, is slightly more precise because Circle of Healing can benefit your injured guy.
Yes, I agree with that. I think this deck only has Murloc synergies, if I remember correctly.
So then rather hit Mecharo or Joey Bot rather. Psychopomp coming down, Blade Master still alive.
Is it a guaranteed
obviously.
Pyro? It's a guaranteed Pyro, right?
Pyro,
Yeah.
yes.
Which,
You want that to hit your Blade Master, which didn't die.
yeah, also doesn't even buff the health of the Pyro or anything, so at the end of the day, you just kind of made your opponent use up some of their resources.
Yeah.
Which I guess is not
It's
the worst
fine.
thing, but...
It's fine. You still have a Ritualist if the Blade Master survives. Ritualist, puff it up again.
Yeah.
You have Tasty Fin.
I mean, that Tasty Fin has a synergy, man, with the Dollmaster and the Aragul.
It absolutely does. It does. I mean, he's putting something together here. This man is living in 3019. Maybe if he wins this matchup, if he wins with these decks, he's just ahead of the curve. Yeah, I think that Wild Pyro has to go.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that Pyro has to die. Beverage. Proud sponsor of the Trash Bowl. I wish. Alright, and Ahmet picked up. Ahmet's a big one.
Yes,
And,
yes, 7 health.
Yeah, we're gonna see Ritualist right with it, I would imagine. And saying, deal with this one.
There is maybe an argument to be made for Divine Spirit, but then again, you can do that next turn.
You can do next turn.
This is also the nice thing about bringing an, let's say, unconventional lineup here is that
people don't have experience.
I was also, you don't know how to play against this.
I've never seen this. What is this? What is this? Aragol, Dolmestadorian? What's his card?
I mean, you have the deck list in advance. You can definitely prep for.
Yeah, you know what he's up to, but
for the deck, but you just don't have the experience to deal with it. Now that's what I call a mini Leroy.
Yeah, that's a baby Leroy. That's Stone Task 4 with downside, no beast. It's a worse boar.
I mean, this is arguably old school patches, man. It just came out of your deck.
It is old school patches, but also no pirate.
Ooh.
No battle cry downside though. That's something.
Oh, that would suck if your 1/1 produced 2 1/1s for your opponent. I guess you low-key wish that you had Aragorn down instead of Dorian there.
I think so, yeah.
For that 10 mana, 12 damage.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, Tastefin not looking too bad if he dies before.
You just smack face everything, though, is the question, because Burn Meme obviously knows that there's a Leroy Jenkins on the hand, right? But, hey, you play defense.
Yeah, I mean,
Silence picked up, you can
Silence
choose to put it on Tastefin or Dorian.
Or Dorian, and then Divine Spirit the Amet. As a matter of fact, maybe Divine Spirit the Amet first.
Definitely Divine Spirit the Amet first.
Yeah, no, I was just saying it the way it came to mind, and then, yeah.
But he's got the order figured out already, so nice play there. Gonna silence that Dorian.
Actually,
not trying to have it.
Maybe you just silence the Tastefin and hit your Blade Master into the Dorian.
Oh yeah, he's trying to go face himself now, it looks. And he still does it. Fair enough.
Then I would not have wanted to allow the draw for sure.
Yeah, then it was a misplay, right? Because if you're gonna kill the Dorian anyway.
Unless he was really next level playing around Ergul coming down at some point in the future.
Which might be the case anytime soon.
Fish Flinger. Does it produce lethal? I don't think so.
Not like that. A Scargill there for Burn Meme. But Meme is currently he's playing with what he has on board now. Because he doesn't really have cards on hand. Gonna drop it seems like the Aragol also?
Yes.
There we go. That's gonna get smacked off soon. There's Cleric, and that is a big one. That is a huge draw.
Yeah.
Absolutely massive.
Using it also means you're not healing your face this turn.
Correct. But now you start drawing cards.
Well, you draw a card.
And you'll draw a lot more from that. Because now you're protected. And it also has 12 health. And my board is just too big. You're not dealing with this. It's very simple. That's what he's saying right now. You're just not overcoming this. What are you doing? It's Snip Snap, isn't it? Seems like it's game over.
It does indeed seem like that.
Seems like game over. And he would be taking a 2-0 lead here, which would be significant.
What to do?
But you know what I always say about the 2-0s?
I know what you say. That's what's happening. And I'm going to let you give your speech right after announcing that he is up 2-0. So Burn Meme definitely in the good position here. Again, his honor is banned, but he has one more deck to play. And that leads me right into what JJ wants to say, which is...
You, as poor disadvantaged in this case, know what your opponent is playing next.
Know it exactly.
Thereby, you can bring the deck that you're most confident in that matchup with next.
Yep. You've scouted your win rates, you've scouted your matchup. You bring your best deck for that matchup.
And in this case, the win rates come from personal experience because it's pretty much all you gotta go off with, you know, those decks.
Because that's how your decks look. He's gonna come up with Priest himself. So that's what he apparently likes. And you see that Moshok Enforcer.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see that being played anytime soon.
Nope, that's gonna go back into the deck. I would imagine.
I would assume you just keep the Cleric.
Yeah, Cleric is the only keep. Shadow Word Death, not so much. You're not gonna see any minion that would even be susceptible to it until turn 5 at the most. See that Sandbite? You all know what that's for.
Yeah. Speaking of, I'm not sure how much I like Doomsayers in the minion-centric decks.
If it's control, I mean, Doomsayer is not bad.
Coins of the Evil Totem on 1.
That's never a bad play.
Yeah.
I like to make that.
You know you can quest and Slurper on turn 2 anyway. So yeah.
Dude, 2 out of 4 cards are legendary dragons right now on Porter's Vanish's hand.
And one of these is not like the other. Just like visually, size and stats.
I always imagined that Brightwing would fit into your palm. Sort of.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite that small with the fairy dragons, but they're not nearly as large as the regular dragons. Yeah. Goes for the draw.
Old school play. Old school play. That's by the way also the play that you make in the situation when the totem here is a Doomsayer.
Yeah, but in this case, you don't, because you know how strong that evil totem is.
It was tempting though, it looked like he wanted to, but he has the Brightwing for next turn set up already. So I suppose that we're gonna see the quest here. Or maybe not, he's holding the quest. He wants to kill the cleric, so he's getting himself into a situation where the quest has not yet been played, and he's putting some battle quests down without it. Just getting those lackeys done.
Get rid of the...
Get him in.
Of the very relevant
And
lag.
Doomsayer are gonna be picked up, I think. I think this is enough. I think he's seen enough, he's like, no. This needs to go.
Yeah,
we're done.
You deal with the opponent's cleric while also protecting your own totem.
Yeah.
So, sensible choice there.
Do you Brightwing, do you Doomsayer? I think you Doomsayer. I think you gotta make a point here. Get out of here. You know? I think that's the correct play. And likely we'll see quest and we'll see nothing.
That would make a lot of sense for sure.
You could see a rat. Rat is legit.
Yeah, but you also really want to get that quest out at some point, right?
Yeah, quest and rat. Oh no, rat is 2 mana.
can't.
He only has these all loaded. I probably don't play a lackey then, so that is all that we're gonna see. And now it's time for Porter's Advantage to take tempo here. You have Sandbiter draw you a Zephyrus. You could play the Brightwing. You could do it next turn also. Gonna pick up the old Zephyrus boy.
Way.
And due to the nature of the Highlander deck, that is accessible to him whenever he wants it.
Yeah. And that's of course what Zephyrus was kind of intended to do. People started just using him in decks that draw very fast.
Every deck, yeah.
Imagine it was the card that just said like remove all duplicates from your deck or something.
Wow.
Of course, one nice thing about Brightwing and Highlander decks is that all the Highlander synergy cards are in fact legendary. So 5 cards out of that pool do strongly synergize with your deck.
Yeah.
I mean,
you might just pick you up as Zephyrus.
Granted, the odds aren't large enough to
Just
say
for
that
that?
Brightwing is just.
But
for that-
Brightwing
for the-
seems like a better Curious Glimmerroot. You remember Curious Glimmerroot?
Yes, I do.
Maybe not. I shouldn't say better, but a very similar card. So, and that was also played in the Highlander Priest. The last time Highlander Priest was a thing, it had Curious Glimmerroot in it, and that was in the Gadgets End days, a long time ago.
A galaxy far, far away.
Oh boy, he's setting up a tempo play here. A big one. Now the question is, would you not have wanted to play something else first? So
Yeah,
that's gonna
the
be
rat,
free.
right?
Yeah, I think so. Because he's gonna. Oh, maybe he's not gonna end up playing it, but
No, he's not because he's witch elected. But had he played the rat,
those would have been free.
it would have ended up being exactly at
big
the same
stuff.
mana count at the end, and could have
That
potentially
is
played
big
it like
stuff.
before.
And you might have to pick up Zephyrus too. Once again here. Because that's big stuff.
That is a lot of big stuff, yeah.
It's a lot of big boys.
Shadow Flame and Hellfire both don't fully deal with this, is the problem.
Nope. Next turn you get Brawl, but you're 1 turn shy of that.
So do you just play the Stegatron and hope to not die next turn?
I don't know about that.
Forbidden Words could get rid of the Hook Tusk, but that
Yeah.
seems even worse.
That's not an easy
tough.
situation. Yeah, I think he's going to put the taunt down. Take a lot to the noggin, look for Brawl next turn. Appears to be it. Shudderwalk drawn there.
And by a lot, we mean 9, 12, 14, 15.
At least.
At least.
Yeah, Budget Lich King is putting in work. For sure. For sure. Yeah, now you have to find Brawl and already hope for a good result. Even playing MCT.
That seems too greedy. You're winning on board.
But you get
already.
the quest done. You get the quest done.
Yeah.
So next turn you can use it then. Holy Nova. Very interesting.
Yeah, not bad.
It might just be one of the possibilities he finds here. Along with Brawl, but Brawl is... He's got Frost Nova, but I think Brawl, yes. Brawl is the easy pick. Anything but Lich King can survive here. And you're not dead.
Zephyrus! Wow. With the high roll.
That is
wow indeed.
That's an insane play. That is also sickening if you're a meme, by the way. Those odds you hate, you just don't want to see. Oh, that's some rush for you though. that you like. That you do like.
And now the Moshok is not looking too bad.
Now the Enforcer looks pretty good. Because the Quest Jump doesn't have an honest way to put damage around it, though. Battle Cries, not currently on hand, we know that, but...
Yeah, you can at any point really take 6 damage just from one Life Drinker is the problem. But that's almost it.
Yep, and it's a bit of a pickle here. A bit of a pickle situation. You have the Shadowwalk obviously lined up. Not for this turn, though. Not gonna happen. So, you can't allow Portals of Venice to catch himself here and actually stabilize the situation. Because if you do, you might get outvalued later. Picks up a Scorcher. That's potentially a good play. You hit the
Micro Mummy and then you play the Scorcher. Yeah, that does deal with everything.
Heal your face and you're set and you're developing.
That seems like
you might play.
I want to say D play.
Powered Shield. Yeah. And now the plays are looking good for Porter's advantage. So he definitely seems to have stabilized a little bit.
Yeah, and we see a lot of big stuff in the hand, and of course you're not just gonna play Deathwing for the sake of playing
very
Deathwing.
aggressive there, very aggressive playing the Arcanine down, thinking I got Boom Reaver coming up. I'm just putting damage down, and you stop me.
Yeah, I mean I can see it. You have 13 health and taunts.
Definitely,
but maybe they'll just come to bite him later.
Sandstorm right there along the former champ.
If you're holding a dragon, yes, you are.
He's holding a dragon. And just Boom Reaver. Just put the big one down. Picks up a Night Scale Matriarch. Craziness. That's insane.
Again, in a deck that has
Recruit
so many...
Warrior is back.
and this time, it's Priest.
Yeah. Wow. I'm gonna deal with all this stuff. I'm gonna clear you up, and I might wipe you off this board. If you're not putting the Shutterwalk down and getting good value out of it, I'm gonna clear you up.
And the Matriarch is really helpful.
There's a Life Drinker though. There's a Life Drinker picked up. That's big, and he's gonna put that down.
No, actually, why not the Giggly Inventor?
Because Life Drinker wins next turn.
Does it?
I have the Shadowwalk set.
But the Shadowwalk only deals 3.
Oh, but I'm getting through that taunt now. So you gotta play your Holy Nova here, and then the Shadowwalk. It's gonna cut it very close.
I mean, you know your opponent can at the very least heal 2.
Yeah.
So
here's what you also calculate though: hit face with everything, Deathwing. Player walk. Beam like ass.
Holy Nova seems really good.
Yeah. A lot of craziness going on. Holding over is a fantastic play, obviously. You want to kill the entire board. You want to get preferably hero power to the face in also. And yeah, it's going to be holding over there. Good
what do you mean
play.
hero power in the face? The Arcanine has been dead for
your
while.
own face. You want to get some heal in the build. Can't though. I'm not going to do it. Full board. And saying player walk and spray.
Yeah. Do you play the walk?
Do you play the walk or do you play the engineer, second life drinker?
Yeah, I think that's it because
second life drinker just wins. Box Slosher and Wasp, no damage.
Play the Slosher.
Get it back there, but that's not enough.
The other option would have been to play the Inventor and just try to.
But now you're done.
Stay
now
alive.
you're done. You can't find damage now.
2, 9. 13, 16, 19, 22, 24. That is 2 off lethal.
Crazy setup. Crazy setup. Shield. Absolutely. Another matriarch.
No damage in here.
No damage. There isn't much damage.
Holy Fire would have been lethal here.
Holy
Holy
Fire would've-
Smite would have not been because you just used your 3 damage.
Yeah.
So I guess Holy Fire would have been... Holy Fire and Might Blast would have been the only lethals.
Might Bless isn't the Hall
Might
of
Blast
Fame.
isn't the Hall of... Right, that happened.
But now I'm putting you down big time. And what do you do? Now just Life Trigger doesn't work anymore, so... You have to get your Lackey?
Yeah, Hero
Cobalt
Power...
Lackey.
Hero
Cobalt
Power
Lackey.
Slurper.
Cobalt Lackey wins. Any one of those is Cobalt Lackey, you win.
Yeah.
Oh boy. And there he is, he got him. Wow. What a match. I mean, what a game. Insane. And that's a big relief there for Birmingham because you finally... You did. You were not looking good there, but you managed to pull it out with the question. So, crazy match. Ends up taking the 3-0 win, and I think that's a result that's clearer than the matches were, or the game was, because this one you might as well lose it. And you chucked it up to RNG's and you ended up winning. But thank you for bringing that lineup. That was fantastic. Borders Advantage. Probably that might have been the funnest match that I commented on in the entire first round.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I think that was great. So
I mean, there was that one time when a certain secret in combination with a certain minion deals with a certain other minion.
Yeah, that was a very, very good game also. But yeah.
And that also, I think, another crazy moment in the match.
Yeah,
too.
right in the same game. The
Yeah.
crazy rogue lethal at the end, yeah. So, thank you for watching this, obviously, and thank you to these guys for participating. Porter's Advantage, great lineup. Please bring a similar lineup again. That would be amazing. I know, maybe you want to play next Trash Bowl. That would be great, and hopefully if you do, that was fantastic. So we always appreciate this sort of stuff. It's definitely a breath of fresh air. I kind of would have wanted you to win some games. You got a bit unlucky there. You gotta admit that. So, pretty unfortunate, but definitely my favorite lineup of the entire tournament. Great decks and just a blast to comment over. But Birmingham 3-0, solid win. You're moving on to the quarterfinals, and it's gonna be a fun one. So that's concluding, if JJ sticks to the schedule, the first round
Of the Trash Bowl.
of the Trash Bowl, and we're gonna be out with the quarterfinal brackets very soon, and that's gonna be starting very soon also. So stay tuned for that as we move on to the next round. Thank you for supporting so far. Drop a like on this specific video to support these competitors, which are fantastic showing. And join the Discord server if you haven't done that yet. This is where all the stuff goes down, where you can meet us and all these players and talk to us personally, join the community, and maybe at some point compete yourself. So hopefully we're going to see you there soon. And until then, JJ.
That's it.
That's it.